pause this video. I'm serious. Look around your room right now. See that pile of clothes that looks like it's auditioning for hoarders. That desk where you can't find your phone, even though it's literally ringing. Your mom thinks you're a walking disaster. Your friends low-key judge you. The internet keeps telling you to get your life together. Plot twist. You're already together. Your brain is just operating on a frequency the rest of the world can't hear. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to prove that your messy room isn't a red flag, it's a genius flag. And I'm going to show you why the smartest people in history lived exactly like you do right now. But first, let me tell you about the photo that broke the internet. In 1955, March 18th, 1955, Einstein dies. Reporters rush to photograph his office one last time before they clean it out. What they capture becomes legendary, papers everywhere. Books stacked like Jenga towers, equations written on napkins, and chaos that would send Marie Kondo into therapy. The photo spreads across every newspaper in America. People are shook. How could the universe's biggest brain live in the universe's biggest mess? Here's what blew my mind when I first saw that photo. Einstein wasn't messy, despite being a genius. He was messy because he was a genius. And if you've ever felt broken for being chaotic, if you've ever wondered why you can't just be normal, if cleaning your room feels like erasing your soul, this changes everything. Let's talk about your brain on beautiful chaos. Right now, you're probably sitting in what I call your creative crime scene. Coffee mugs breeding like rabbits, 17 different projects scattered around, a plant that's basically given up on existence, and papers that have achieved archaeological status. Most people see disaster. Your brain sees Disney World. Here's the science that'll blow your mind. Your default mode network, basically your brain's creative DJ, literally gets high off mess. Researchers at the University of Minnesota ran this wild experiment. They put some people in pristine, magazine-perfect rooms. Others got messy, chaotic spaces. Then they asked both groups to solve creative problems. The results. The messy room people generated 25% more creative ideas. Not just more ideas, better ideas, but weirder ideas. Ideas that made the clean room people look like they were thinking in black and white, while the messy people were thinking in 4K color. But here's where it gets freaky. Your brain has two personalities fighting for control. There's your prefrontal cortex, that's your inner control freak who color codes everything and makes 5-year plans. Then there's your limbic system, your inner wild child who wants to paint with mud and invent impossible things. When you're surrounded by mess, you're basically telling your control freak to take a nap while your wild child throws a creative party. That's when the magic happens. Scientists call it cognitive disinhibition. I call it letting your weird out to play. And here's the part that made me question everything I thought I knew about productivity. A 2017 study found that highly creative people's brains literally work differently in messy environments. Their neural networks fire in patterns that physically cannot happen in sterile spaces. Your mess isn't just preference, it's neurological necessity. But let me get vulnerable with you for a second, because I used to hate my chaotic space. I used to think something was fundamentally wrong with me. 3 years ago, my anxiety was eating me alive, and my room looked like a hurricane had an existential crisis in it. I couldn't find anything. Every surface was covered. I was living in what psychologists call chronic cognitive load, basically running 17 mental apps while trying to do homework. I felt like I was drowning in my own space. So I did what everyone tells you to do. I went full Marie Kondo. Minimalism, those Instagram room makeovers that make you feel like garbage about yourself, and you know what happened. Every time I cleaned, I felt dead inside, like I'd performed surgery on my own creativity and removed the best parts. That's when I discovered the game-changing difference between creative chaos and anxiety chaos. Creative chaos energizes you. It makes you feel alive, inspired, ready to build something beautiful. Anxiety chaos drains you. It makes you want to hide under your covers and pretend the world doesn't exist. Learning to tell them apart. That became my superpower. Here's what nobody tells you. The goal isn't to be messy or clean. It's to be consciously chaotic. Northwestern University proved that overly organized environments actually kill creativity. Your brain needs visual texture, random connections, unexpected stimuli. A perfectly clean room is like creative kryptonite, but total chaos is just as toxic. There's this sweet spot that scientists call structured chaos. I call it organized insanity. And here's how you architect it. Zone 1. The creative scatter. Your inspiration playground. Visibility is key. Zone 2. The processing pile. Current projects in productive chaos. Don't hide them. Display your thoughts. Zone 3. The sanctuary. One clear surface. Your reset button. The magic happens when you flow between these zones naturally. But we need to talk about when mess becomes a monster. Psychologists call it object relational mirroring, your environment reflecting your emotional state. When mess starts making you feel worse instead of better, that's not genius chaos. That's your brain crying for help. The difference is in how it makes you feel. Creative mess gives you energy. Avoidance mess steals it. Now, here's the truth bomb that's going to change how you see your space forever. Your messy room is an act of rebellion against a world that profits from your insecurity. Think about it. Who makes money when you believe you're broken for being messy? The organizing industry. The productivity gurus selling you courses on how to be someone you're not. The minimalism cult making millions off your shame. They've convinced entire generations that creativity is a problem to be solved instead of a gift to be celebrated. But here's what they don't want you to know. Einstein's desk stayed chaotic until the day he died. Steve Jobs' workspace looked like a beautiful explosion. Mark Twain wrote his masterpieces surrounded by papers scattered like autumn leaves. These weren't accidents. These were choices. Your messy room isn't a character flaw, it's character. Your brain doesn't want permission to be neat. It wants permission to be free. Right now, look around your space. Find one thing that energizes you, even though it's technically messy. Take a photo of that beautiful chaos. Post it with the caption, "My genius lives here," because your mess isn't madness. It's method, and it's magnificent.